Hi everyone, I'm back and checking in again now that I've finished 2 weeks of my 100-day project. I'm actually a little bit into week 3. I thought I'd just give you an update on how it's going. So I'm happy to report that so far I've been successful in this project. I've done a little bit of crafting every day, not a lot, maybe 10-15 minutes at the least. And I've also been making a YouTube short every day, which, is still not a be-all end-all goal of this project, but as long as it's still being fun, I've been continuing to do it. So I've done both of those every day. And so as far as the projects I've been working on, so I've been working on my paint by number. And so I'm still not done with this. I'm still doing touch-up work on it. I've done a lot of the touch-up on the yellow parts. I think I'm done with that. I'll probably be doing some of the pinks this week. And some of these reds look like they might need some work too. So I'm going to continue working on that. And then I've also been working on some little mini cross stitch projects. And so these are patterns by TheStitchPatterns from Etsy, and I'll link that shop below. And so I've done the Mona Lisa, which I did on a day when I was homesick last week. And so that one is done. And now I'm in the middle of working on this Queen Elizabeth portrait, which going well so far. I'll probably finish this tomorrow. So as far as how it's been going, I feel like I'm a little less motivated this week to work on the project. It just has, kind of lost its new car smell. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but it's less exciting and more getting into the actual making and habit of it. So, I've been able to continue on and do my crafting. It's just not less fun, but it takes more motivation to get myself going. And I think I mentioned in my last week's video, I had a conference I went to this week. So my mind was occupied with that quite a bit. I think that kind of took away my focus on this project. And so I mentioned last week that I needed to find some portable projects to take with me so I could continue working on it while I was away. And so that's what the mini cross stitches were good for, because they're so small. You can just kind of stitch them in hand, which I do. I don't put these in a hoop. And I actually make these little zipper pouches of all the materials I need. So in this one, this is my Queen Elizabeth portrait one. I've got my needle and my scissors and my little needle minder. And then I put all the threads in there as well. I also got a pen and just other little tools I might need. I think there's a needle threader in there too. So I would just throw one of these in my bag as I was out at the conference, and I'd sit and stitch during the day when I had time. So that was really handy. And I've got several of these ready to go once I finish this cross stitch. I've got, 5 or 6 more already packed and ready to go. I actually think I brought too much with me to do my project on my little trip. I was just going down the road, so I didn't have to pack on the airplane, so I brought more than I needed to because I was just driving. So I brought my lamps, I brought more, production equipment than I needed when I really just used my phone to record video and take pictures. I also forgot my little daily tags that I'd made up for myself. So I had to kind of work with what I had. So I used my, free swag from the conference to make my own little tags for that. But as far as crafting on the go, I think it went really well. So some things I've changed up from last week to this week is I'm no longer keeping track of the time that I'm spending crafting on my kind of journaling spreadsheet. I looked back at all the times I'd recorded this week, and I hadn't recorded any of them. So I thought, that's just something I'm going to keep. I'm not going to worry about anymore, because that's obviously not been important enough to me to keep track of it. And I've also found that it really helps me to keep going if I always just have a project out and ready to sit down and work on without a lot of effort to get it set up. So that's what this painting has been really good for. I've just got it set out on my craft table all the time. All I have to do is turn on my lights, grab my paints, and get going. So I think maybe once I'm finished with this one, I might start laying out another painting just so I have this really easy thing to sit down and start working on. And these little kits are also really great for that too, because they're just super easy to sit down on the couch. I have the patterns all on my iPad, so I just prop that up on my lap and I can stitch. just really easily while I'm watching TV or hanging around, just whatever. So that's about all I've got for today. I'm gonna, keep moving forward in this project and hopefully keep up with my daily habit. So I hope you enjoyed this little check-in, and I'll talk to you again in about a week. Thanks.